So we're going to get on our belly. We have a couple blocks. And you're going to stack your palms under your forehead. And just release your head onto your hands. And with your eyes closed, I want you to notice your breath. Because our cortisol levels can be controlled through our breath. And when our cortisol levels, our adrenaline is nuts, digestion of not only our food, but our experiences in our life is very difficult. So you start to deepen your breath and notice how that feels. You inhale through your nose, really big, maybe even drawing your belly back. And exhale through your nose, nice and long. Inhale a big, full breath through your nose. Feel the front of your chest reach to the earth, the back, your upper back expand. And then as you exhale, you slowly release that breath with patience. You know, we're going to get into it. Breathe in and out. Until your breath becomes a rhythm that's calming, till you feel the nervous system calm. You feel the thoughts calm in your mind. This is the place we look at our thoughts, and it gives us the opportunity to see them in a different way. So you're going to take 2 more big full breaths here because the breath is very important. And now you know why. Now lift your chest just a little bit, and you're going to start bending your knees. So you're going to bend your right knee first and look over to the right. Ooh, you're going to start getting into some muscles back there. And then release. And you're going to bend your left knee. And release. Imagine you're trying to kick your bum on the exhale. And inhale slowly back. So we're getting into the hamstrings here, which is a very important part of our hips, believe it or not. They're attached. So bend your knee till you feel a nice stretch in the hamstrings. Exhale. And 4. 3. Exhale. Good. 2. Last one. Lovely. Now you're going to take your hands and your forearms in front of you until you're in a Sphinx pose. Press your forearms down. Imagine they're glued and you're trying to draw them back. So you're going to start to get some muscular energy in your back. Draw your shoulder blades down your back. Scoop your heart forward from the front of those blades. You get a nice tone in your upper back. Staying with your breath. You're going to press your knees down and start to lift your hips. Exhale, look at your belly. This is going to draw the belly back. And inhale, reach your heart forward. Releasing back. And exhale. And inhale. It doesn't look so hard on the outside as it feels on the inside, right? Press it down. Exhale, look at your belly. Draw the belly back. This is core work. And inhale. All the way forward. I'm going to take a few more, really hold the end of the exhale, get into the core. This is going to be very useful later, obviously. Exhale, last one, hold it, hold it, hold it. And then inhale all the way back. Now, you can take your hands close to your armpits or farther away, depending on your back. You're going to press your fingerprints down and start to lift your chest. Now, the further forward your hands, the less resistance you'll get. So you're going to decide what works for you. If it doesn't feel good to lift it, take your hands more forward. Inhale. Oh yeah, inhale. And exhale. Now, what does this have to do with our hips? Well, you'd be surprised. This gets into your core. This gets into your low back. And exhale. And inhale. Oh, and exhale. And we're just going to take 2 more here too. Inhale. I have my toenails on the floor, but if you're getting any kind of a muscle gripping in your feet, you might have to come onto your tiptoes. Last one. Inhale. Oh, and make your way through table. Keep your hands right where they're at, and you're going to take your hips back. Just reach your hips back. Get a huge stretch in the sides of your body, hips back. And then inhale forward. And exhale back. All the way, but your hands are staying where they're at. They're a little further forward than there would be if it was a child pose. And you're going to reach your heart forward and exhale back. So this gets into our hip flexors. My poor husband is so tight in his hips. I've only been telling him for the last 25 years to practice yoga. Oh, brother. He got this little sports car that he was waiting for years, but he can't get in and out of it without hurting his hip. So I think he's going to have to sell it. Inhale. All right, last one all the way back. Take a nice stretch here. One last nice stretch. Get into your hip flexors. You're going to need those puppies. Take a breath and make your way into table pose. You might need to readjust your hands. Make sure your knees are beneath your hips. And then make your way into cat and cow. Exhale and inhale. Really flex on the exhale. Oh, inhale. Extend and flexion. Exhale and inhale. Okay, take one more. Now I want to check in with our wrists because we're going to come into some down dogs. So I want you to flip your palms up so that your fingertips are facing towards you. You're going to get a nice stretch in the wrists. And just take your hips back a little bit, as much as until you feel the edge in your wrists. Take a few breaths here, breaths here. Oh, yeah. And back to table. Now make sure your fingerprints and the base of your knuckles are grounded to the earth. That way it won't dump your wrists. And then imagine your palms are suction cups and they're lifting up to the shoulder blades. Then curl your toes under, lift your knees, and just take your hips back. Remember, this is hip work. And forward. And back. And forward. And back. And forward. And back. And all the way into down dog. And walk your dog. Come onto your tiptoes, lifting the belly. Oh, and take your heels back to the earth. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. Bend your right knee and open your right hip. Really open it up so you get a really big stretch. Just notice where you go on the first one. Breathing into it, kicking your bum. And then extend your right leg all the way back, squaring your hips. Exhale and step your right foot forward. Now you might need a block here under your hands, or you might need to adjust your foot manually, but you're going to lower your left knee to the earth. You might want your blocks under your hands here. We're going to simply come forward with our hips and back. And forward and back. And lift your heart, lift your chest. Blocks are great. And back. This is the first one, so really reach your heart forward and back. You might want to take your foot more forward so that your right knee is not too far past your ankle, right? Inhale, forward. Notice where your knee is and back. Take one more. Inhale and all the way back. Now you're going to take your hands to the earth. Make your way back to down dog, lifting your right leg up. Bend your right knee, opening your right hip. Extend it back and back to dog. All right. Keep your feet a little closer together. Inhale, lift your left leg up behind you. Bend your left knee, open the left side. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah. Make it really edgy. Then extend your left leg back. Come onto the tiptoes of your right foot. Really lift your belly, lift your hips, round your back, and step your left foot forward, lowering your right knee to the earth. A good place for blocks here. And then come forward, heart forward, and back. And you see, you can use your hands on blocks here. My left knee is not really going very far forward of my left ankle. So you might need to sneak your left foot a little forward, a little more forward. Inhale. Oh, get that edge and exhale. And inhale, this is gonna feel really good later. And exhale. Let's take one more because it feels so good, so deep. All the way back, hands to the earth, and back to down dog. I hope you can feel the lightness already. Inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. Bend your right knee and open up your hips. Get a big stretch here, big. Then extend your right leg back and step your right foot forward, lowering your left knee. Now this time you're going to circle your arms up and come forward. And maybe you'll come further back and all the way up. Oh yeah, and back. So you're engaging your core here a little bit more. Inhale. Oh, and exhale. And inhale. Don't rush here, just get to the end of every breath, the end of every edge. All right, we're going to take one more. Inhale. Oh, exhale your hands to the earth. And we're going back to down dog. Oh, yeah. Readjust everything. Keep your feet pretty close together. Then inhale your left leg up, bend your left knee, open it up big time. Every time you open up your hip, it might go a little deeper. You'll feel a length in the left side of your body. Then extend your left leg back, squaring your hips. Tiptoes of your right foot, lift your belly, take your left knee towards your chest, and step your left foot forward, lowering your right knee to the earth. And then sweep your heart forward, your arms up, and all the way back. Good, and all the way up. Inhale. Yeah, this is a serious hip yoga. This is so that we can get into a sports car when we're 90, guys. Exhale. I guess one of my husband's customers told him that he keeps doing it, he's going to need a hip replacement. Oh, brother. Inhale. So much for that. And exhale. Good. Come all the way back up. You can always already feel your hips, right? Take your hands to the earth. And you're going to make your way into a child pose, knees wide, big toes together because we're not done, but I just want you to get a nice stretch here. Breathing into it, checking in not only with your breath, but are you here? Are you present? Stay with it. Take a breath. This is good for all of us who like to sit or walk or sit and read. I just finished 2 fabulous books. All right, back to table pose, hands and knees. Back to down dog with narrow feet. Good. Inhale, lift your right. Exhale, bend your right knee and open it up. Extend your right leg back, squaring your hips, come onto your tiptoes of your left foot, and draw your right knee towards your chest, stepping your right foot forward, lowering your left knee. Now this time you're going to extend your right leg forward. So I want you to get into the hammy. Take your right outer hip back and soften your heart. So there's some rounded back here. The belly's back. The rounding comes from the belly drawn back. And just soften into it. Good. Then step into your right foot and circle your arms up. So we've done this all the way back, once again, and all the way up. So it might not feel like you're doing a lot, but you're doing a lot. And all the way back. Exhale and inhale. So now we're going to move our spine in 3 directions here. This is the first, because we juiced up our hips. This is the last one, all the way back. Then step into your right foot. Take your left hand to the earth and come into a lovely twist. Second position of the spine, lean back, lean back. A good twist so your left waist is lifted and reaching forward, lean back. Take a big inhale. Now, you're going to take a block outside your right foot and circle your arms all the way up. I'm going to show you from here. Good. Now you're going to take your right hand to your block and reach all the way over to the right. Reach all the way over. Come all the way back up. Inhale up. Exhale all the way over to the right with or without a block. Now the block or your book has different levels. Come all the way up. Use your core. We're going to take one breath. All the way over. And all the way up. And the last one all the way over. And we're just going to breathe here for about 4 breaths. So breathe. Press your right fingerprints down, or even lift your palms if it gives you the height you need. Reach your right waist forward. Lengthen the left side of your body long. One more breath. And all the way up to center. Take your hands to the earth. And guess where we're going? Back to dog. But lift your right leg up when you get there. Bend your right knee. This is the last one on the right. Take your right leg back. And step your right foot beside your left. You're back in a narrow stepped dog. Good. Inhale, lift your left leg up, bend your left knee, open it up all the way so that you're looking to the left. Good. Extend your left leg back, lifting it up high. Come onto your tiptoes and lift your left knee to step your left foot forward and lower your right knee to the earth. This time you're going to extend your left leg forward, flexing the front left ankle to get to the back of your left leg. Reach your left outer hip back as you soften your heart. Exhaling toward the thigh bone. Maybe you'll get a little deeper with every exhale. Who knows? Who cares? You just do your best. Then stepping into your right foot, come all the way up. And all the way back. So I don't want you to take your left foot so far back. Make sure it's slightly forward so that your left knee doesn't come too far forward of your left ankle. Really get back. Even stepping in your right foot where it's at. All the way up. Come on. One more all the way back. I know you guys thought this was going to be easy, because it doesn't look like madness. Stepping into your left foot, find the last stretch here, all the way up. Oh, come back to center. Take your right hand to the earth. Make sure your left knee's at 90 degrees. And come into a twist. Rolling your right waist forward, shoulder blades down your back. Lift your heart up. Big full breath here, big twist. So now we're really moving our spine in the other 3 of the 6 directions that we always want to move our spine every day. Breathing into it. Exhale your left hand to the earth. You're going to grab your block. I'm moving so you can see me. I'm taking my block just outside my left side of my body and coming all the way up. Good. You feel nice and steady. You're pressing your right shin and your left foot down. You really ground into the earth to come all the way up nice and steady. Then you're going to tip to the left, and maybe your block might have to be higher. A block comes pretty high if you need it. You find the height that works for you. Get into that, oh yeah, the right side of your body. Then press your feet down to come all the way up. Inhale. Exhale all the way. Inhale up. Exhale all the way over and just stay there, coming up. Taking a few breaths here. Full breaths, full breaths. Lengthening the whole right side from your right hip to your right armpit. See if you can get more length between every rib, those intercostal muscles. Just lengthen those puppies up. Good, take a breath. Come all the way up. You might want your blocks later. Take your knees to the earth. Take your hands to the earth. Make your way right into a down dog. Oh, those hips should be feeling pretty good. Good. Now you're going to walk your feet slightly closer to your hands until you can step your right foot a couple feet forward of your left. Make sure your feet are wide. Step your feet down and come all the way up. So your feet are wide. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now you're going to flex your front right ankle and soften your back left knee. Okay. So nice long leg in the right, a softness in the left. Right outer hip back. You're going to tip forward. Oh yeah, you're going to get a stretch in your low back and in the right hamstring, and reach your arms forward and come all the way up. Good. Circle the arms back behind you as you continue just like that. Long spine, right into the hip flexors. That's the front of your hips, and all the way up. So this is going to get in your hamstrings, the whole schmear here. And all the way up and back down. Oh, and all the way up. I want you to get nice and edgy because this is going to be the last one. All the way down and up. Oh, yeah. And now you're going to step your right foot back, and you're going to find a place for your left foot to come forward. So you're going to flex the left ankle, soften your right knee, make sure your feet have a nice wide base, and take the left outer hip back. Ready? Now we're going to come forward and just check out the left hamstring and the left side of our back. Good. I soften, my right knee stays soft. I'm going to take my arms back and forward. Oh yeah, and all the way up. Big inhale, obviously, and nice long exhale, getting into those hip flexors. Inhale up. Oh, take 2 more because it's so delicious, right? Oh, last one. Yeah. This is all you have to do is get into a sports car, guys. Step into your left foot and take your right foot forward beside your left, standing up nice and tall. And take a breath here. Let's roll our shoulder blades down our back. Good. Now you're going to take your feet wide, toes to about 40 degrees. Thigh bones back as you come into is this a plie? I don't know. Whatever this is, I think this is the second position, right? but I'm always getting into our upper body, even as we get into our hips. So you're going to take your right elbow back, but keep your chest forward. Right elbow back like you mean it, like you're poking somebody behind you. You can feel the shoulder blade hug toward the spine and go down your back, right? Down your back, away from your ears, okay? That's the inhale. And you're going to exhale and reach to the left and then come all the way up. Inhale. Shoulder blades down your back, belly totally engaged. We fired up those belly muscles at the beginning. Inhale and up. Moving slow. Staying deep, 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 deep in your hips if you can, if it's available. And if it's not, that's okay too, right? You stay where your edge is. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Take 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Last one, all the way up and all the way back. Sitting back, come all the way up, and just circle your hips a little bit. Circle your hips. Oh yeah. And circle the other way. Really get that movement. Nice juicy hips, guys. That's where our water element is. And the qualities of water are very important. That's how we kind of let things go. Okay, left elbow back. Good. You can come as deep as you want, as long as your thigh bones are back and tracking over your second toe. I just don't want to do that, okay? And then you're going to reach to the right, sitting back and coming up as high as you like. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. We're going to do 4 more. Ready? And 4. Keep your chest up. 4, 3. This is not really about the twist. 2. Good. Last one. All the way back. And come all the way back up to center. And now circle your hips from center. You can even come onto your tiptoes here and just notice how that draws energy into the pelvic floor and your belly. And then the other way. Yeah. No, this is going to be on a public forum, guys. I don't know if this, whatever. Okay, come up to standing. Now I want you to stand with your feet nice and grounded and notice how you feel. Take a big breath. You're standing tall. Your hips should be humming. So now I want to just do a little bit of stretching in our shoulders. And we're going to start. You're going to make your hands into a fist and take your pinkies out like you're having tea with the queen. May she rest in peace. Okay, so you're going to take your arms to T with your pinkies up. Your legs are going to be longish. And you're going to come to about a 90-degree angle with your hips, but your spine is long. I could put a cup of tea on my spine, right? If you need to soften your knees, soften your knees. Good. And you're going to reach your arms toward each other and out. And exhale and inhale. So there's a tendency to want to come more forward. I want you to keep that table-like spine. Good. You don't want to spill the tea. We have our pinkies up. We have the tea on our spine. Our bellies are back. Our knees are slightly softened so that we don't hyperextend anything. We're going to just open everything up in our shoulders. Good. And 8, 7. Good. You can count in your mind. 4. Let me hear your breath. 'Good. Last one. This is also for your core, by the way. Come all the way up. Back of your head leads the way. Standing up tall. Good. And circle your hips. Yeah, that really gets into the hip flexors, guys, and the core. hoping you're feeling that. Good. All right. Now, you're going to take your thumbs up. Thumbs up like the old hitchhikers, which our kids don't know what that is. And we're going to take our arms more to a Y. And we're going to come back to that same forward fold. So it's a long spine, right? And a softened knee. And we're going to take our arms down and out to a Y with our thumbs up and down. And keep that T like, you know, that table-like spine, that you can really engage your core and your pelvic floor here too, while you're working out your shoulders. So you might get some clicking there. You might get some stuff out of there, as long as it's not painful, right? Pain means you stop, you back off. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, good, last 1. Back of your head leads the way up, so keep that long spine and nice, long, tall span standing. All right, so now we're going to take those nice hips and those lovely shoulders for a flow. So inhale and circle your arms up. Grab your left wrist and lift. Exhale to the right. Oh. Inhale back to center. Grab your right wrist and lift. And exhale to the left. Oh. Yeah. And all the way back to center. Now we're going to come into Utkatasana. So we're going to take our hips back, right? Arms up. And inhale up. So you're going to stay in the seat. Exhale, arms back and up. So your shins are coming forward. And now you're going to twist from here. You can stay upright. You know what to do. Keeping your left hip back and opening up your heart, however you choose to do it. And take a breath. Because we are not going to make ourselves anxious in a practice, right? Inhale back to center. And twist your other way. Keeping your right outer hip back, your right knee in line with your left. Opening up and take a breath. Here we are. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look halfway up. Oh yeah, exhale and step back to plank. Here we are with our knees up or down, our shoulder blades hug together, our belly definitely back. Good, taking a few breaths here. Your weight is not in your wrists, it's in your fingertips, and you lift the energy of the shoulder blades back. That will release any strain in your wrists. And take a breath. Mm-hmm. And lower all the way onto the earth. All right. Walk your knees towards the earth. Inhale, make your way into a cobra or an up dog. And right back into, believe it or not, a down dog. All those dogs we did. Dogs are good. They strengthen every muscle in your body. Inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. You know how to do that. So you're going to come onto the tiptoes of your left foot to really lift. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Stepping your feet down, you walk your hands back and come right into warrior one. So you want to make sure your right knee is not past your right ankle. That's in the front. Keep the right outer hip back. Circle your arms up. Now we're going to come into a big forward and all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, keep the right outer hip back, your right outer hip back, and then inhale all the way back up. And we're going to take a few more, really careful, really slow, very mindful. All the way up and right into warrior two. So you should not have to move. I do, but you do not. Right thigh bone back, right toes out to the right, left toes forward. And then come all the way up to center. Now you're going to roll your palms away from you your elbows back, and you're gonna press down on some balloons that are there. Press them down. And then you're gonna roll your palms up. Big inhale, exhale, deeper in those hips. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Oh yeah, exhale all the way down. Take your right forearm to your right thigh. Now there's a tendency for the chest to aim towards the earth. So if you can roll your right ribs forward, just roll them forward, and then take your right forearm onto the right thigh. You can press your forearm down to lift the right waist up. Really engage those obliques. And then you can extend your left arm wherever you choose, lowering your hips wherever they go, maybe smiling into it. Oh yeah, we love our hips. We're gonna take good care of those puppies, whether they're ours or they're new ones, right? Breathing into it. Good. Take your hips back and come into a triangle. Oh yeah. Good. Take your left hand to the earth. Make your way into down dog. Good. Oh yeah. And walk your dog. So good. Inhale, lift your left leg up behind you. I like to come onto the tiptoes of my right foot to get lots of clearance. Then I'm gonna round my back, taking my left knee towards my nose, step my left foot forward, get my feet connected, and come right into warrior one on the left, right? Left outer hip back. And remember, we're gonna tip forward with a long spine, taking the left outer hip back, and inhale up. And exhale, left hip back. Like you're gonna take off. We're gonna take off later, not today though, later in the week. Exhale. Yeah, we'll take off with our bands. Exhale. Oh yes, so delicious. Last one. And all the way back up and right into warrior two. Left toes out to the left, left thigh bone back. And then palms up. And exhale deeper into it. So you're going to keep your hips open wide to the long edge of your mat, but the left thigh bone is pressing back behind you. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Two more just like that. Inhale, believe it or not. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Good. Take your left forearm to your left thigh, lift the left waist, and you're going to press your forearm down to lift the left waist up and roll it forward. If you take your right hand to your left waist, you're going to feel toned muscles there. That's what I'm looking for. Keep that resistance of the left forearm down. That will resist the waist. And then you take your right arm wherever it goes. You can keep it on your right hip. You can take it out to the right. You can take it up to the sky. You can swim it over your ear. You find your way. Good. And the two sides of your body are different. So you'll decide. Stay low in your hips. Take a breath. Now take your hips back and make your way into a triangle, beautiful triangle pose. Oh, how lovely it is. Because your hips are ready. Your waist is ready. We've been working awfully hard. Good. Take your feet to the earth, come all the way up. Pivot your feet parallel, and then you're going to heel toe your feet in until you can come into your rendition of a yoga squat. So it can look like this. You can sit in a chair. It can look like this with your forearms. It can look like this if your heels are on the earth. If your heels are up, you need something under your heels. Whatever your squat looks like, it's perfect. However it is, I want you to keep your thigh bones reaching out with your elbows and hug them in, get lots of muscular energy in your core and your pelvic floor, no matter where your squat is. Take another big full breath here, closing your eyes, committing yourself to a calm, sattvic equanimity through breath and consciousness, presence, knowing that you're losing your shit, right? And come all the way to seated. We don't have to lose our shit anymore. Okay, keep your feet wide. And you're gonna just drop your knees to the right. Ooh, that should feel interesting. Come back to center and drop your knees to the left. Good, and you're gonna do that right and left. Now you can keep your hands behind you. It doesn't matter. But I just want you to get into that. Just see what it feels like. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So now I'm on the left. So I'm going to come back to center and go to the right. And I'm going to twist my torso to the right. Take your hands to the earth. So this is one incarnation of pigeon. So pigeon A is just to reach your heart towards your thigh bone. This is truly pigeon though. You'll get all the benefits of pigeon here. So you reach your chest towards your thigh bone. Now, if you want to come a little deeper, you put some pressure on your front right shin, come onto your hip. Well, so that your hip points are square, but you come onto your left knee. Inhale, lift your chest, so release your hips to the earth. And then soften into that rendition of pigeon. So you find the one that works for you. And I want you to just take 5 quiet, slow, deep breaths. Notice where you're holding tension. Notice where your body needs to be when you need to back off. These are all tools for our toolbox of sattvic energy to be balanced and equanimous. All right, last breath. Oh yeah, you come all the way up. Oh, so good. And let's come back to the other side. Feet are wide. Drop your knees. So everything's at 90 degrees-ish. Come all the way up with your torso and slide your right waist forward towards your left shin. You're aiming your chest towards the left. And now you're gonna come into it. This is option A for pigeon. So even if you used to go onto your back for pigeon, this is a really great option, pigeon option. Good. Or you can extend your right leg back, lifting your heart, squaring your hips, releasing your hips, and then softening into it. You just find your way. Take your time because we're going to take a couple more breaths here. Again, notice if you're holding any tension in your left hip. See if you can just let it go. Yeah. Yeah, we hold on a lot of stuff. Our unconscious thoughts are called vasanas. And they drive us. We just don't know it. All right. And then make your way into a table pose. Well, I'm going to go into dog first because that's where I'm at. And back to table. Extend your right leg back behind you and your left arm forward. So now you're in a spinal balance. Your belly's engaged. You're going to bend your right knee just like we did at the beginning, but this time you're going to take your left hand back and reach towards your right foot. Or if you can find your right foot, you can grab it. Make sure your right foot's on the right side of your body. And you're going to hold your foot in as the foot reaches back to get deep in the right quad. Lifting your right thigh bone as high as you wish. Take a breath. 2, Engaging your belly, that's where we're going next. I just want to get a nice stretch in our quad. And then back to the balance and back to table. Good. Let's just take a few hip circles here. Check in with your breath. Take some big exhales on the back of the circle. Take a huge inhale in the front of the circle. Yeah, so you're moving really with the breath, nice and slow and deep. And then change directions. You know, we have one go at this life. And we're blessed to have this practice and this group. Yeah, let's just take advantage and commit ourselves to regular practice. All right, back to center, belly back, heart, shoulder blades hugged together. Extend your left leg back and your right arm forward, keeping your hip points square, belly back. Breathing into it, imagine your paraspinal muscles, little muscles that hold your vertebra in line. Just imagine you're toning those puppies up, which you are. Yeah, can you be here patient and quiet? And then you're going to bend your left knee. And maybe you'll reach towards your left foot. Maybe you'll bind and find your foot. But keep your left foot on the left side of your body, pressing back, lifting your heart. Big full breath here. All right. Oh, yeah. And back to balance. And back to table. And then come to seated. Oh, yeah. Cross your shins, sitting up tall. Don't worry, we're not done. We're doing some core works. But in the meantime, circle your arms up, keep your thigh bones grounded. Exhale and fold forward. Just see where you get. I'm going to just get these out of the way. Take a breath. Inhale all the way back up. Now you're going to change sides, taking your left shin forward. Good. Inhale and circle your arms up. And find that forward fold. Get right into those hips. Stretch your low back. Lengthen your spine. I told you guys I haven't shrunk. I just went for that bone density. I'm still my same height. Yeah, let's stay with it. Yeah. You don't have to shrink. All right. So now we're going to come into a little bit of core work here. We're going to start with our basic boat. So you can take your hands around your shins and tip the top of your pelvis back and just come into your variation of boat. You can lift your knees. You can extend your legs. You know, we're doing some classic yoga today. We might as well keep it classic. So whatever your classic is, you're going to take about 5 breaths here. Ah, yes. Now you're going to take the soles of your feet together. Oh, yeah. Sitting up tall. Good. And you're going to take your arms forward and start to roll the top of your pelvis back. So my soles of my feet together, and I'm rolling the top of the pelvis back, coming all the way onto the earth. Take your hands behind your head, walking your shoulder blades together. Your legs wide. Use all that hip stuff that we just did. Top of the pelvis draws back as you lift your chest up towards the sky. And then inhale, back. Exhale to lift right from the core. Inhale and exhale. So keep your elbows wide if your hands are behind your head, because I don't want you to pull on your neck. It's just a little hammock for your neck spine to get into your core. Exhale and inhale and exhale Now, if you want to go a little deeper, you can extend your arms forward. I'm going to just reach and come back and exhale. And 8, 7, 6. Notice how slow we go. 6, 5, right, 4, 3, 2. Last one. I want little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold it, hold it, hold it, and all the way back. Oh yeah. Take your hands beneath your thigh bones and manually lift them up. Just kind of give them a little lift. Okay. Now, keeping your shoulder blades together, you're going to press your feet down. You're going to come into a bridge, lifting your hips. Ooh, yeah, you can even just roll them side to side like they're slashing side to side. You're going to lift them and slightly lower. And lift, and lower, lift. You should feel like a nice little stretch. And squeeze, halfway down. And 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4, 3, 2. Last one. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Come all the way back down. Widen your feet as wide as your mat and take your knees together. We're going to get into our outer hips. And lift your hips just a bit and lower. So your knees are squeezed toward each other, and you're going to lower. And you're going to feel it in your outer hips and lower. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, good, 2, hold it, and all the way back down. Oh yeah. Draw your right hand toward your chest, give yourself a hug. Extending your left leg long, rolling your right ankle. Taking a few big breaths, close your eyes. Oh yeah. And release. Take your left hand towards your chest. And roll your ankle. Now you're going to take both knees in towards your chest. And we're going to come into happy baby pose. Remember that? So you're going to take your arms inside your legs. And you can grab your outer shins or your knees or the outer edges of your feet. Whatever you get, it doesn't matter. And you're simply going to roll side to side. And as you roll to the right, your right thigh bone is going to come to the earth. And as you roll to the left thigh bone. So just get a nice little stretch the hips. Exhale and exhale. Good. Take a few more. Oh yeah. Let's get all the steam out. Whatever we're holding there. Come back into happy baby. Press the balls of your feet up toward the sky, but hold them down with your hands. Take a big breath. Oh yeah. And then draw your knees together, your arms to T. I like to slide my butt up to the left a little bit. And you're going to drop your knees to the right and take one last lovely twist. Close your eyes. Keep your left hip reaching away from your left shoulder. Take some full big breaths here, committing yourself to being present and planting seeds of peace and quiet. Okay. And all the way back to center. Slide your bum to the right, lift your knees, drop to the left. Oh yeah. And take a few breaths here, really enjoying this twist. Wringing out the old. A blank slate and an open heart. And make your way back to center. Take your arms, palms up beside you as you walk your shoulder blades together. Lift your hips and just tip the top of the pelvis back so you kind of roll your spine back to the earth. Take a big inhale through your nose. Exhale slowly through your mouth as you release your legs long and wide of the mat. And allow yourself just 2 minutes in Shavasana, the most precious and important and sacred pose of all. Take rest. Start rolling your wrists and your ankles. Inhale, circle your arms up over your head. Exhale through your mouth. Draw your knees to your chest. And roll to your right side. Make your way to a seat on your mat. Bring your palms together to your heart center with your eyes closed. Knowing that you have this peace, this balance in your body all the time, and you can come back to it simply with your breath. Light in me honors that light in you. Stay. Let me turn off the recording. If that didn't get your hips nice and warmed up, I don't know what will.
Oh, I hope I